Hello gamers and welcome to game 2 between Firetight and Denis Diderot on Shchedrin. Firetight playing with Panzerdivision Tatra and Maverick income, and Denis Diderot with the 26th guards and Maverick income as well. So Denis Diderot actually played 26 guards against Tatra already in the match with Glogi. If you haven't watched that yet, you have to check it out. I've casted it as well. Let's take a look at Tatra. It's more known as an early spam aggressive division, but Glogi showed that you can play it balanced as well. So, drag and tap, nothing out of the ordinary. No Aufklärungspanzer 3, interestingly, but the Aufklärer here with the WW2. That's a really good call. Also, if you're a army general player, one thing you can do is use your SPW222s, and if you lose them, you still keep the entire unit. You just must not lose the Aufklärer itself. Infantry tab, interestingly, he went for the Schupo, which is more expensive than the Volkssturm, which doesn't have an SMG, HMG, but a bazooka, or the Landesschützen Ost, even though their HMG is shitty. I'm not sure why he went for the Schupo. It did not get buffed recently, where quite a few units, like also the Kriegsmarine, Landesschützen and so on, were buffed by a price decrease. The Schupo did not get buffed apparently because there are some divisions that could spam too hard with Schupo. Pioneer AMGs, Panzergrenz, Sturm Pioneers, so no CQC unit in A. Panzergrenz, lots of B-phase units here, and one C-phase card. Interestingly, the Panzergrenz is not single-vetted, neither is the Sturmgrenadier. Tank tab, very nice here. The Panzer 3Ls double vetted, a Stück 3 leader, and then Panzer 4, Stück 3, and Tiger in B-phase. Tiger as well double vetted. That's actually a good call because it's so expensive, and he actually has to double vet it. I didn't know that. That new for Tatra, but the availability got buffed, so you still get 2. AT tab, support tab, flamethrowers good, MG42s unvetted, interestingly, and the commander. No Feldjäger, which is a bit interesting because it's a fantastic unit. You used to be able to bring them in traction, unfortunately, if I recall it correctly. Not 100% sure, but at least, you know, it's a sniper unit for 15 points. Pretty cool unit. AT tab, Pak 37s, only AP shells, then yeah, even the Pak 43 Krupp is on board. One card of Jagdpanzers in A phase, no Hetzers. AA, since the buff to the flak feelings and flaks in general, Tatra got much more viable because they've got a very limited AA tab. Artillery, he went for the Panzerwerfer and the Wurfrahmen, both in A phase. They are phase locked. And no mortars or anything that can put smoke. Air tab, he decided to go for radio. Reckon for 20 points only. Radio won't help him, but it's only 20 points. That's cool. Junkers, I think the Stukas can be used effectively. Fortunately, the fighter ain't the best. And 2 cards of bombers. And actually, in this Dornier 217 J2 was nicely used by Glogi against the Denis Diderot, so it's not completely trash actually. Or did he use this one? I think he used the 55 point version. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So check out how this plane actually looks on the battlefield. Now let's take a look at the Denis Diderot's deck. Also, thanks a lot. Recently, some people commented that they actually like that I look at the decks before the game, so thanks for the feedback. So Denis Diderot here with lots of snipers, single vetted, so he went for availability. Then there's spammy channels, basically. Leaders in A phase and B phase. Sturmovickies. Lots of infantry. He will win the infantry fight for sure. The tank tab in 26 is decent with the KV tanks. They've got quite the armor and decent penetration here as well, at least the KV-85. P-34E is more like a spammy unit with a punch as well. IS-1 Comroti is obviously quite the beast. If you bring it in A phase, it can dominate quite a bit. But Firetight has the Krupp. Then those cheesy, cheap, very good 800 meter range mortars, no B-gun, HMGs, one ISU, one and another card of ISU 152s. So pretty good. No flamethrower tank. This is actually quite the nice card because it can fight tanks as well. A T-Tap, PTRS cheese incoming. Then we've got an M42 gun and we've got Khrushchev. There's no Zis 3 gun, interestingly. But then again, it's only 1 kilometer range for that penetration, and yeah, I think it's not necessarily needed in against Tatra. And then the two only viable BA cards, literally more mortars, and then the mobile SU-76, which is really good in B phase. Also B phase off map here. And the very good Andreyusha that can really kill things. PE2, Recon Fighter, limited fighting capabilities, but yeah, it's a good card. Very good resilience. Fighter Bomber, and then the IL-2 Fighter Bombers. Lots of Fighter Bombers, possibly to support his infantry pushes and seal the deal. And interestingly, no Yak-9B, which could have helped against Tigers. Availability is pretty good. Resilience is bad, of course, but Tatra doesn't have the best AA. So, but he wants to kill tanks another way and push hard enough, maybe that Firetight can't bring out the heavier tanks. So here we are on the battlefield. On the left-hand side in red, we've got Knight Denis Diderot playing 26 guards Maverick. On the right-hand side, we've got Firetight playing Panzerdivision Tatra, also with Maverick income. Starting up the replay, I noticed that this is before the Siege of Dunkirk patch. So before the Kriegsmarine Landesschützen and so on got cheaper, for example. So on Shchedrin, there are several areas where you can fight. You can fight, for example, for the town. Blue can try to push this hill and cut reinforcements off here. Usually there's lots of fighting going on initially in this area, because whoever wins this hill and maybe gets line of sight into here can get an advantage as well. So lots of possibilities. And also if blue manages to take this hill, then it's very easy to kind of get a cheeky flag here. And if we look at the deployment with all those mortars here coming to town, some KV-1, lots of Guardias, PTRS cheese, Denis Diderot is clearly going for the town. He's got cheap units in general. At the same time, he's got a fantastic deployment here for the main fight that will definitely occur here. You must not lose this fight, actually. He's got a good mixture of units. He's got the HMGs, PTRS, HMG, M42, anti-infantry gun. Also take a look at the very good deployment here, order of speed and stuff. A mortar here for the hill together with the Stimmoviki rocks, I presume. And then the IS-1 Comroti as a brick. And on the other side, Firetight brings the upwetted SPWs 231s. It's always a question, do you want to upwet these or do you want to go for availability? And he's got the Panzer 38 piece, so the captured Czech tanks. Let's take a look. Okay, some of the deployment will go here, and then not a very aggressive deployment in the town. He wants to deploy safely and then push forward. This is a little bit more aggressive here. Then fire to... Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's a good call here because this road actually leads into here. Good call. Very town-heavy deployment here. And then up here, he's mainly going for this. If he doesn't unload enough units here, he will fail. Because here you can see the very good spaced out aggressive deployment. And obviously the Jeeps have a speed advantage. I think that we will see the first clashes up here. Units already firing, and I fear that some units will go down. There's an FK. 288. Snipers, M42's NOB gun will be a pain for all these units. But Firetight continues to push. Even the Schupo continues to push, but will go down to the PTRS. And it's even... Well, okay, there's the unit. It survived. That's in the PTRS nerf. It survived a little bit at least. And it would have been better to maybe try to unload. Mortars and Sturmoviki Rocks are ready for the hill push. And also some heavy fighting in the town. The SPW is pushing forward. Very good opening here actually by Firetight. He swarmed the town. Good fire support. And the KV-1 went to the north, interestingly. But there's an FK-288 here covering the road. Sneaky flag grab here by Denis Diderot, giving him the edge. Good smoke play. And this good deployment here paid off. The M42 went down, but other than that, the Axis is on full retreat here. Yeah, and this is... Yeah, and then there's the IS to Komroti, and together with the mortars there will be a very nasty push here. Sturmoviki Rocks double vetted. They will melt through the unvetted Tigrans despite their double MG26 that they can use in short range. And goodbye. This card is almost fully suppressed as well, this unit. Meanwhile in the south, Guardia DP shooting at this, but not penetrating. I think it's got 45 penetration, 35 only. But does have a chance, and there's the kill, actually. Took some time here now. He's trying to cap off the reinforcement road a bit, but there's another KV coming, and this KV has been redirected. And then he will have to deal with the tiny tanks here, and they can't damage the KV-1s. So the KV-1s will put a stop to this rush. But we can see double Stuka now going for the KV-1 here, and up there for the IS-1. Some MGs, Panzergrants. Pak 37. No, Pak 37 won't be enough against the IS-1 Komroti. Panzer 3 won't either. Let's see how that goes. Ooh, he decided to go for the SG-43, okay. And yeah, he did attack the KV-1, but didn't really get damaged and shot down. And I fear that this might go down as well. Now what, I think that, oh, that will be a painful loss to Sturmoviki Rocks. I think that, yeah, the SPW needs to attack the KV-1 from behind, and then it's got the chance. More support for the hill with the cheap channel. Good use of the Ziskan here, trying to kill that. But it's under fire from the IS-1. He needs an answer to that IS-1 and also to the OB. 12-12. Now the Sturmoviki Rocks actually survived. Now lots of cheap channels coming in. This went down, presumably to the sniper. Maybe. Not quite sure. Chupu holding the line against this push. PTRS in a very good position here. Pianos incoming. And 13-11 for Firetight. Can he manage to take something home from this game? Now the KV-1 pushing forward. Let's see how far it pushes. Yeah. Denis Diderot, the player, he is not pushing too far. Knowing exactly where the enemy unit must be. But Firetight is pushing on. If Denis is not careful now, he might lose his KV-1. But Firetight is not continuing to hop. If he jumps now, he can kill the KV-1, and he does. KV-1 moving forward, that's a bit of a mistake, I think. Ooh, and it didn't get the kill. Ooh, and it didn't get the kill. Only the heat thingy, but down goes the KV-1. Unnecessary loss here, and unfortunately for Firetight, he didn't manage to attack this at the same time from several directions, so the KV-1 mopping up here a little bit. In the north, Firetight will have a super tough time taking back that hill against all those shit units and the mortars. Look, perfect range. IS-1 very offensive play here, but not showing side armor. The Panzer does have APCR, but 160 mil penetration, armor, so the 150 mil penetration won't be good enough. The AT guns here went down as well. Their Pak 37 went up here, not seeing anything actually. Still 13-11 for the Firetight. He's putting up a great fight here. Junkers going in for the KV-1 kill. But there's no... Well, there's some AA now, that's good. Bit too defensive though. Yeah, but unfortunately... KV-1 quite sturdy. We see the first Recon plane here. Maybe it's time for a Wurfram against the IS-1 Komrotti. (12-12) as Firetight loses, I think, this flag. Janos on the run. Took 3 Führer. He can deal with the KV-1. He's a good chance of bouncing as well, as if the distance is right. Now we see another Stuka coming in, going for the other KV-1 now. And there's the first ZSU. And that's the end for the Junkers. Oh, it manages to dive. Yeah, some damage, but maybe not even some damage. Well, some damage. Not too impressive. Now the Cherno push here. Pioneers are too late to stop it. As are the Panzer IIIs. (59) now, that was quick. As the Chernos are unstoppable here. Some support here as well. Attacking from the side is a good call. You want to try to get like into an L, so you can attack from multiple sides. That's the thing I didn't do well in my second game against Glogi, where I've basically failed to continue my push. And yeah, Firetight doing surprisingly well in the town, considering that he plays Tatra against the Soviet div with Sturmoviki rocks and the likes, and all these cheesy mortars. In the north, this MG42 is doing quite some heavy lifting. Panzer 3 has been moved to here. I think it's the same one. But what's going to be the answer to the IS-2 Komroti? These are coming now. This Panzer needs to move forward and try to get a side shot. That's his only chance. But they will now get picked off one by one by the IS-1 Komroti. This needs to move. Here. It's too late. Obviously no pen. 1311 though. First off map here by Denis Diderot. He will try to seal the deal, and all these units are just about incoming. Ooh. This will be painful. Oh, that was a hard hit by the heat shells. This will be incredibly painful. I'm pretty sure that... Oh, and the Blitz goes down to the KV-1. This will secure the town for Denis Diderot. Tech Power won't be pleased with this playstyle, with the off-map being used, but it's a very legit strategy. 59 because now they are breaking through. The Panzer 3 went down as well. Lots of suppressing weapons here. No, this Panzer 3 doesn't stand a chance really against the IS-1. Really scary tool. And the next off-map is already incoming. As the forces are being built up here. It's 59 already, no need to rush for Denis Diderot. And we see the Wolfram. Wolfram being used kind of as a defensive off-map basically. But it's not being used at the IS-1 Komroti. And the Panzerwerfer is used against the IS-1 Komroti, but it's so far away. Look at the spread. Now moving. Pretty much unscathed, I think. Yeah, and then the Junker is also not hitting. Very unfortunate here. The off-map kind of, well, the Wolfram kind of delaying the push, but there's already the third off-map, and one flag fell into the hands of Denis Diderot. Junker's going down. No AA here. IS-1 doing some heavy lifting. They don't even need to push forward. All the flags here are safely in the hands of the Denis Diderot. 12 minutes left. SS Sturmgrenz are coming in now. We are in the 15th minute. They could help against all the infantry with their SDKFZs. But all this here is crumbling. One KV-1 went down, or might have been moved to here actually. Quite the aggressive deployment here. But it's not punished. Or is it? No. Disadvantage of the SDKFZ is obviously that they take quite some time. So if you play a tank division, it will take quite some time till they actually reach the battlefield, but at the same time you kind of need the extra firepower provided by the SDKFZ. That's a half, yeah, and that's an, yeah, just the Super won't do that much here. They could deal with the channel. Wolfram still reloading. KV-1 now threatening the supply line here. And here you can see the SDKZ already firing. Engineers moving forward. And yeah, that's a good counter push here. This needs to go down. Really tough time for Firetight here in this town after all this off map. Going down to the HE shell. Panzer 4 also not able to penetrate the IS-1 Komroti. Maybe in combination with the P-Gran. Then again there's this OB gun. So really tough times. Very aggressive push now with channels. They are cheap, so you can dare it. Luck feeling taking out some of the vehicles. But there are survivors since the nerf of transport sniping. And that'll be enough to actually take down flag, I think. Yep. Down it goes. Huge loss, and that's for a cheap point investment of 45. Yeah, 45 points. Take down this expensive 120-ish. Another Junkers being, you know, thrown away a little bit. The Wolfram here on the flag. That's not too bad actually. The P-Gran can move on. Good, very good timing here. Very, very good timing. If he goes on a little bit, he might be able to surrender this. Almost. Good that he moves his unit a bit at least. Now the Stuk and the Panzer 4 combined really should try to take out the IS-1 Komroti. Gomavicki did push. Very unfortunate situation here. More Sturmgrenadiers. 59. Firetight needs to stop the double bleed. He needs one flag. Okay, now the Stuk is moving up. Will the Stuk get a kill? Why is it not? Panzer 4, what are you doing? Too late. Everything will bounce and the Stuk will go down. Or turned too fast. This really is a beast. An A-faced beast that will be able to carry you through the game. But if you play it right. Obviously, Denis Diderot is a very, very experienced and very good player. He won several tournaments, I think. Peasant tournament back in the days, and I think other tournaments as well. Some strafing action, worth a try. Henkel not coming through. Some scouting in the north. Now the other Sturmpioneer goes down as well. Early unload here. 16-8. Very good micro here to move that back a little. But it's a bit too late. Davniki are also quite tough. They will hold the line here, for sure. Ooh, Tiger being hit by... presumably... Oh, well, the IS-1 Comroti, obviously. Yeah. That's not good. And the Panzer coming too late will just bounce and be killed by the IS-1. The IS-1 will have a fantastic kill statistic. Sandwiched a little bit too late. But there comes the Pioneer MG26 with its Gewalterladung. That's actually pretty cool. I think that's why he brought them unvetted. I didn't mention that. I didn't notice it. Oh no, sorry, it's the Pioneer MG26. That's not the unvetted unit actually. It's this one. So I actually didn't miss it. More channels. 16-8. These two flags are what he needs. Another Tiger. He will win against the KV-85, I presume. That's why he's retreating. But it's bouncing twice. That's a bit unfortunate because 165 pen at this distance. Well, and there we go. Third time is the charm. And there's another off map. Hardly any units left. He needs to push forward a little bit with this Sturmgren to the here. Try to snatch this flag. But then still it would still be the double tick. A shitty channel stealing this flag. That's so unfortunate. And very well played by Denis Diderot. But this brick wall here is so tough. And he wants to take out the flak feeling now. Tiger against the ISU. I think that the ISU will win. It's a bit sad because, I mean, the 115 point unit is 130 points. %30 accuracy against 40. Oh, the Tiger actually wins. Usually you want to bring two of these. Obviously it's a bit difficult with Maverick income in C phase. We are now in C phase. And he's almost got this flag, but only almost. And still here, the tiny push here didn't work. Some desperate strafing here. Some tanks entering the battlefield. And there's the off map. I think this will seal Firetight's fate in this match. He won't be able to win back these two flags on time. He might even lose this flag if the ISU decided to push. They are going to reinforce the hill. Interesting. One idea might be to smoke this off if you have smoke with a mortar, and then send in your biker gang, like all of them, and unload them on the IS-1, and then you might get lucky. Get back to a 59, but there's the off map. Getting a surrender here. KV-85 against the Tiger, and there's yet another off map. 16-8. This flag is lost. Tupo needs to get there quickly. But it's only 1 minute 11 seconds left. Tiger goes down to the KV-85. KV-85, only 105 points. And I think, did it not get even cheaper now in the patch? I'm not sure. 16.8. And only the Panzer III holding out here. And the off-map is incoming. There are still APCR shells, so it can take out the KV-1. Black Peerling doing some infantry fighting here. Line of sight lost. Off map, all the units drive right into the off map. That's very unfortunate. And there we go, turret stuck. That's unlucky for the KV-85. And there's the kill. Off map on the flag, not a bad, well, Wolfram on the flag, not a bad idea, but there's nothing here. And there's the end of the game. GG, well played. Congratulations to Denis Diderot with a clear KD, and commiserations to Firetight. Yeah, Shchedrin can be a tough map. He put up a very good fight in the town, but if you lose the center or the northern part, then it's very, very difficult. KV-1 did some good stuff here. The Yak as well, even taking out the Panzerwerfer. KV-1 as one Komrotti, 2 Panzer IIIs, a Pio, a Stück 3, a Tiger, and a Panzer IV. Ravniki's heavy lifting in the town next to the church. KV-85 again, taking out this Tiger as well. And the hero units here, maybe this Pigran, who got the KV-1 kill in the city. Wolfram didn't kill much. This Tiger did some kills. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until then, bye for now.